I'm María Blanco, and I will be interviewing Kevin Yang today. Welcome to Business with Maria.
Hey, I'm Kevin Yang, and I look forward to this interview.
So today I'm gonna ask him a series of questions about business etiquette in China. So let's start. So Kevin, how should you interview a businessman in China?
Well, you should always let your Chinese counterpart initiate the handshake. Make sure it's a strong and firm handshake and that there's eye contact while initiating.
How do you usually just exchange business cards?
You gotta treat their business card very carefully. Don't bend it, don't drop it. You exchange it, make sure it's a very secure exchange and both counterparts receive the cards that they ask for.
Which are regarded as good conversation topics when it comes to small talk.
Food and travel are most preferred. You should never talk about politics, whether that's American politics or Chinese domestic politics. Very controversial subjects.
What are the expectations in a business dinner related ambience?
It really depends. Are you the invited or the invited person who's inviting the other person? If you've been invited, the other person is expected to pay. If you invite someone, you will be expected to pick up the bill. And it's for ambiance, professional setting. Somewhere not too loud or chaotic, depending on the clientele.
Which are the expected table manners?
You're not supposed to tap your chopsticks on the plate, that's rude, and you're supposed to chew with your mouth closed, as with any other dishes. So, just basic table manners, nothing serious.
So thank you for watching. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Welcome to Business in China with Maria Blanco. Now I'm gonna answer a certain amount of questions today.
How do people react to strangers? Are they friendly, hostile, reserved?
In regards to how Chinese people interact with strangers, well, in China it's a more conservative culture. They're more closed off. Unlike Americans that will wave and smile at you. But sometimes when people travel to China, they think it's rude when Chinese people don't greet them, but you shouldn't be alarmed by that, since in China, it's a more closed off state of mind. Hello, now for the fourth question.
Are any phrases, facial expressions, or hand gestures considered rude?
In China, in a conservative culture, the things that will be considered rude will be pointing with a finger at somebody, for example. Also, do not whistle at somebody, do not wink at somebody, and do not do exaggerated hand gestures unless you're in Italy or in Puerto Rico, which is already accustomed. But in China, they're more reserved in regards to how they express themselves, especially with hand gestures.
Thanks.
Now for the sixth question.
When it's rude to refuse an invitation, how do you refuse politely?
In regards to an invitation, you should never use the word no, because that is a rude way of declining an invitation. You should rather say maybe some other time, next time, because that means that you will be available to do what needs to be done next time. So next time you'll be ready for the invitation.
Thanks.
For the eighth question.
How do social customs dictate interaction between men and women, between younger and older people?
So first of all, social custom is the way people act in a society. In China, elders are respected, and young people behave and respect their family members and people around them.
Thanks. Let's learn about the clothing and food preferences. What occasions require special attire?
The occasions that require special attire are if you're gonna go celebrate New Year's with your friends, or for example, a wedding requires a special red dress, since the color white signifies death in China. And the other attire that would be suitable would be when you have a business meeting, you need a conservative look. So basically, a closed-off suit will be nice.
What colors are associated with mourning, love, joy?
The color associated with mourning will be the color white, since white symbolizes sadness and death. And the color associated with love will be pink, since pink is love and affection. And the color pertaining to joy will be red, the color red, because the color red signifies fortune and joy.
Thanks. Are some types of clothing considered taboo for one gender or the other?
Okay. In regards to that, for example, the color green, if a woman uses a green hat, that means that she was unfaithful to her husband. So the color green is basically a taboo color for women. I did my research on men, but no color came up that was a taboo for men. So basically in China, they don't sell green hats because of that reason. Because if you see a woman with a green hat, that just means that she cheated on her husband and she took the honor away.
Thanks. Or patterns.
Now to assess the political patterns
How stable is the political situation?
in China. The situation in China right now is very stable because the economy keeps growing and they get a high demand for products all the time. So right now, politically and economically, China is really stable.
Does the political situation affect business in and out of the country?
Yes, the political situation does affect because China is controlling censorship and what you can and cannot see on the internet. So for foreign companies that are in China, it's a difficult issue right now, especially now with the online sales